I would like to thank you for joining us for this section of the programme to go through all of that news from the Middle East here on NewsX World. We will continue to bring you all of those updates on the ongoing conflicts and tensions as we get them. But we move on now, and Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has emphasised the key role of BRICS in global economic development during the BRICS Business Forum 2025 in Rio de Janeiro. He highlighted that BRICS nations contribute 40% of global GDP, with their growth rates hitting 4% in 2024, well above the global average of 3.3%. Lula stressed the importance of emerging economies working together to combat rising protectionism and defend the multilateralist trading system. He also praised the new development bank, also known as NDB, which supports sustainable infrastructure and development projects in BRICS nations and other emerging economies. As the rotating chair, Brazil is hosting the 17th BRICS Summit, focusing on strengthening cooperation within the global south. The summit addresses key issues such as food security, energy transition, digital economy and sustainable development. Lula's leadership aims to promote a more inclusive and sustainable global governance system for all nations. Well, joining us to discuss this development and the summit, Dr. Noor Nawandi, a security analyst and PISOPS expert, joining us from Malaysia. Dr. Nawandi, thank you ever so much for taking the time. Let's look at this BRICS summit and the significance of it amid the global uncertainty around tariffs, trade, but also ongoing conflicts. Where is BRICS standing in terms of blocks within the global scale?
I think what the BRICS needs to do now, or what the BRICS is heading, is to look into the rising global protectionisms, where the emerging economies have to be, in sorts of way, I think BRICS are defending themselves and looking into to defend the multilateral trade system, because when we talk about the issues of the reform Western-dominated financial institution, so I think BRICS feel that they have to play some significant role in looking into how the new development banks and all of the mechanisms that we informed by the BRICS future strategy in looking into on how to cushion up the effects on the infrastructure, social developments, and of course the sustainable growth across the regions for developing markets when it talks about looking into accelerating the global development. And this is what I said, one of the main elements for the BRICS to look into that, because the multilateralisms and the South-South solidarity is important to be headed by the BRICS, and BRICS thinks that they can offer some alternative forum to defend the trade openness. We are talking about some tariff war happenings in the Europe and all over the world based on the US tariff hike. That of course the war between, particularly between the tariff war between the China and the US. And this is what we call the institutional reform of the global finance and governance have to be redesigned. And I think BRICS are considering to look into that to become part of the strategic mechanism. And whether we works or not, we have to look into what will be the future significant element that BRICS will be going to do. But I think it's a scale of building up institution, building of financial institution, and looking into whether there be some shifting of the global order. I think this is what we call the challenges of the BRICS, and of course the challenging of the Western dominance in global governance, particularly the trade development and finance developments, of course the economic structure as a whole.
Yes, Dr. Nawandi, if you stay with us, I'm glad you brought up tariffs, because we're going to move to tensions now that are rising ahead of a crucial deadline